Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
U.S. Senator Jacky Rosen is demanding urgent action from the Department of Defense to address the lack of care and benefits for service members who were exposed to radiation and toxic substances while working at classified military sites, including the Nevada Test and Training Range. During a Senate hearing, Secretary of the Air Force Troy Mink and Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin were brought to the floor. Rosen questioned the officials on their outlook on the urgency of this issue.
I've heard from constituents who have served at such locations within the Nevada Test and Training Range. They believe they were exposed to radiation from our days of conducting explosive nuclear weapons testing, and in addition to toxins from burn pits, which disposed of classified waste. However, DoD does not classify the range as a place where exposure occurred, despite the Department of Energy providing a presumption of exposure for their personnel who served at these exact same locations within the range, such as the Tonopah Test Range. And because their service is data masked, these veterans can't even prove to the VA that they were ever actually stationed there. Imagine that. So all of this has prevented them from being able to receive the veterans' benefits they deserve. So to Secretary Mink and General Alvin, I have a little bit more on this, so if you'll be brief, will you work with me to ensure that this committee to ensure the Department of the Air Force provides a presumptive exposure at relevant Air Force locations, and where the Department of Energy has done so for their personnel, we want to ensure that those who serve there, currently serving at these sites, receive sufficient documentation to support their health-related claims, all while still being able to protect the classified nature of their service. Secretary.
Yes, Senator. We take our health of our workforce seriously, and we need to deal with this issue.
Thank you. Department of Energy has. General.
Absolutely, Senator. I would say that I don't know whether the Department of Air Force can do its own policy, but we certainly would be within the Department of Defense policy. We need to work. What I need to make sure of on the Air Force side is if it's determined that airmen, past or present, are qualified for those, they shouldn't be restricted from that because of the process and the process of being the data masked. Well, that's something we need to work through. I have
a solution. So you teed me up for my next question, because specifically, will you ensure, both of you, that your staff meets with my staff and the committee staff in the next few weeks so that we can ensure, correct this issue in the FY26 NDAA? We think that there's a fix for this.
Senator, obviously, I'll defer to my secretary, but I think this is something, that part is easily done, to understand that once they're deemed qualified, we need to ensure that our process doesn't restrict them because of our
There's a template there that DOE's been using for years. So
Rosen continued to question the officials, also requesting a formal response and proposed action plan in advance to the fiscal year of 2026 for the National Defense Authorization Act, emphasizing the need to end delays and ensure that no veteran is denied care because of their records being buried under layers of classification.